Welcome back to the WHHI-TV Daily News. With me now is Marie Smalls, and she is the Director of the Board of Voter Registration and Elections of Beaufort County. And in case you've been living under a rock, we have a presidential election coming up in November, so we've got a lot to get prepared for. Thank you for being here today.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. So let's talk a little bit about being prepared. So when somebody gets ready to go to the polls, what is one of the first things they need to think about when they're getting ready to cast their vote?
Yes, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, thank you for being here.
Yes, one of the first things the voters should be doing is decide how they're going to vote. The method that they want to use. Are they going to come and vote early, which is 2 weeks prior to the primaries? Or are they going to request an absentee ballot? Or are they going to go to the polls on election day?
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that we now have so many choices.
Yes.
I mean, it used to be you went to the polls on election day, but now we do have some of those other options.
Yes.
In terms of an absentee ballot, when does somebody have to have that filed so that they make sure that that's in by the deadline?
If you want to vote by absentee ballot, you need to first make a request. You need to call the office. You can make a request by mail, or you can come by the office. Okay. But that absentee ballot must be requested 11 days before the election or the primary, and or you can call us on the phone and make that request. Okay. Once you get your application, you go ahead, fill it out, return it, then we will send you a ballot.
Excellent. And early voting is in person, right?
Early voting is in person.
Yes. All right. And so we do obviously have some primaries coming up. South Carolina, first in the South of the presidential primaries. Yes. Tell us a little bit about the dates and when we need to be prepared for that.
Yes. It's coming up real quickly. The first will be February the 3rd. That will be the Democratic presidential preference primary. Okay. And the second will be February the 24th. That will be the Republican primary. And voters have an option which primaries they want to participate in, but you can only participate in one.
Right. You got to choose. All right. Excellent. And so again, talking about just making sure we are totally prepared when we do go to vote, what is it that we need to bring with us?
The voters need to know that in South Carolina, you must provide an ID, a photo ID, a qualified ID to vote. The poll managers will ask that of you. Yeah. There are 5 qualified IDs. One is the South Carolina driver's license. One is the South Carolina ID, which looks just like a driver's license. Right. The other is a voter registration card with a photo ID. Okay. You can use a military, federal ID, or you can use a passport.
Okay, good to know. That's a lot of different options there as well. But make sure you have it with you because you're going to get turned away if you don't.
Well, no, you won't get turned away.
You won't get turned away?
No, if you do not have an ID, but you have one, you just don't have it with you, there are options. You can vote a provisional ballot.
Okay, okay, good, very good to know. See, I was wrong on that. Yeah. Good, that's good that you're here today. You set me straight.
Bring that ID before the board canvass the results.
Okay, excellent, excellent. And so we have, we're growing really quickly here in Beaufort County. So, tell us a little bit about what to expect at the polls because we have grown so much. Should we get there early? Are we expecting longer lines? Particularly because it is a presidential year. Yeah,
this is a presidential year, so we do anticipate a high turnout. And what that means is that what we did this year, what the board did this year, is added 31 new precincts to Beaufort County. Okay. Mostly in the Bluffton area because that's where most of the growth is. But what we are attempting to do is minimize the wait time for voters. Excellent. By providing additional polling locations. Yeah. And so, voters come on out. We do need to have poll managers. And so I want to take this opportunity to ask the community to come out and volunteer to be a poll manager.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Marie, for being here and sharing all this valuable information. And make sure that if you are looking to be a poll worker, because they really do need you, you are checking out their website for more information on training dates. And we'll be back in just a moment, so stay with us.